Hey guys, Cassandra here. I just wanted to share with you a little bit on how to smudge. So I've got a lot of crystal grids that I share with everyone, and a lot of people purchase and use in their businesses and their homes. I do often get asked a lot on how to smudge, and it's really not that difficult. You don't have to overthink it too much. So your white sage can come in heaps of different sizes. You can actually, like this one's just fallen apart on me, you can actually just get little bags of the leaves and you can actually just burn those in a little bowl. But I love a good old fashioned smudge stick. So they do come in white sage. You can get them with little added extras. I've had some with lavender, some with rosemary. I even had one at one stage with some orange peel in it. But white sage is your most common one. So smudging comes from like ancient traditions from the Native Americans, and a lot of other traditions and countries do use like incense and things like that. So the main mission behind smudging is to just clear the energy. So cleanse the space and clear the energy. But the big thing that a lot of people don't actually really realize is after you've cleansed a space, smudging just clears it. It doesn't necessarily replace the positive energy. So if you are moving, wanting to move negative energy, or even a negative person that might be hanging around, or a spirit, or somebody that's come to hang around with you, you do have to keep in mind that it's going to clear everything. So you want to replace with some good juju afterwards. So pretty much let's get into smudging first. You just want to light it up. Sometimes it will actually light and catch flame. So you just want to make sure that the flame is out and it's just a smoking ember, really. I've got an abalone shell. So it's where mother of pearl comes from and all of that goodness. So obviously abalone shells produce a food, so they produce a muscle. But an abalone shell, I love it because it's connected. It's a gift from Mother Earth, essentially. It's come from the ocean floor, and that's what I just use to just catch any ashes or to rest my smudge stick in. You can use anything. You don't need it. You can just wave your smudge stick around, but obviously you don't want to burn a hole in your carpet. I have a mug at my salon. Whew, it's getting smoky in here. But basically, you can use a smudging feather. It's just a nice big feather. You can use your hand. You could wander around and just blow it where you need it. Or literally just swirl the stick all over the place. I have a little ritual that I like to do, and it does contain the feather. So if you were to go and smudge a space, I would recommend, so let's say your bedroom, I would recommend starting up high and going and just walking around the space essentially and smudging and just letting the smoke fill the room. I would then go back and do the same pattern again and go, let's say eye height. And then again as well, you could go and then you could go and do it lower and do it downwards, whatever floats your boat. Definitely go and focus it around your like doorways and windows, spaces where energy can come in or where people come in. You can also smudge yourself. Basically, if you are going to smudge yourself or a person, you want to start at the top, and you can use, again, you could just use your hand. I just like circular motion, so I start up the top with my crown chakra, down to my third eye, then across over my heart, and follow it all the way down and down to my feet. And then down my arms. And one little thing that I have found that I thought is quite interesting is actually your armpits. Focus on your armpits. I know it sounds a bit gross, but focus on your armpits. Our armpits contain our lymph nodes, and our lymph nodes actually release toxins. So we want all of the toxins and all of that bad juju-y stuff out of our bodies. So if you are going to smudge yourself, focus on those areas, but follow it over your entire body. So that's the smudging done. I like to sort of just butt it out. This big guy doesn't like to go out. So sometimes you might need to run it under a little bit of water. Okay, so you've now just smudged your space, or you've smudged yourself or the person or the object, whatever it may be. So like I said, smudging clears everything. So you want to replace the energy in the space or within yourself with, you know, good positive vibes. So I actually like to use a piece of Palo Santo wood. So it's actually Spanish, it's probably not even how you're supposed to say it. I'm not great at Spanish. It's actually Spanish for holy wood. So it comes from a tree found in South America, and it has a really lovely fragrance to it, like a woody fragrance, I guess we'll call it. Funny, it's wood, but this has been known to bring prosperity, happiness, joy. It has a really nice calming sensation, and again as well, the smell raises your vibrations. So I like to follow my smudging with the Palo Santo wood. You can actually also then use the ashes. There are some rituals and things that actually use the charcoal ashes of Palo Santo wood as well to increase positivity and all of that goodness. So again, this doesn't burn as easily as the sage, but you just want to light her up. And then again, you can just follow around the room with your feather, with your hand. I tend to just blow on this one to keep it going. It does burn out pretty quickly. I feel that there's probably there's a bit of an oiliness to it, so it doesn't hold a flame like the sage. And you would just follow that same pattern again. And then again on yourself, just letting the smoke settle where it needs to settle. And that's your Palo Santo wood. A really easy way as well, if you have just cleared a space and you don't happen to have this guy, you could burn an incense that smells lovely and you enjoy the smell of it. Put on a song that's upbeat, just dance around like no one's watching. Just stand in the space and share some gratitude for the space. And ask for it to be filled with a loving energy. If you want to go down the road of maybe meditating in it, or even just visualizing it filling up with a white light, and literally if you stand in the center of the room and just visualize a white light beaming out of you and touching all of the edges of the room, filling up all the doorways and the windows, that's a really easy way to refill the space with, you know, that good vibe and energy that you want. You can do it on a room, a space, an object, a person, whatever you need to do. Just having that little ritual in your life can make all of the difference. So happy smudging, motherfuckers!